You remember the Nintendo, not the Switch, not even the 64. I'm talking about the original blow on the cartridge when it isn't working Nintendo. The one with no save function. Yeah, that one that we grew up on. See, that one is the perfect metaphor why some of you are actually quitting on goals that matter. My name is Jake Thompson, your Chief Encouragement Officer, and this is the Compete Everyday Podcast, a show designed to encourage and equip ambitious people with the tools needed to build a winning mindset, career, and most importantly, a winning life. Good morning, competitors. Jake, your Chief Encouragement Officer. Welcome to this episode of the Compete Everyday Podcast. I still remember the Christmas I got that original Nintendo. Duck Hunt, Super Mario Brothers, eventually Legend of Zelda. Like, I loved that machine. I spent countless childhood hours mastering the different games, man, only to have like mom call me for dinner, or I'd have to go to school or do something that would force me to turn off the console. And the next day, back to world 1-1, starting over. Progress gone. After a few cycles of this dangerous loop, the thought creeps in of like, what's the point? It's frustrating, right? Even though my skills were getting better, I was improving as a player. I could crush through those early levels. I was faster. I was moving from pipe to pipe, navigating the obstacles. The game wasn't showing record of my progress. Does that sound familiar? See, let me tell you something I've learned working with hundreds of leaders. Most people don't quit because it's too hard. They quit because they can't see themselves improving. Researchers at Harvard found that making progress in meaningful work is the single most important factor in boosting emotions, motivation, and our perceptions. They call it the progress principle. It's the fact that even the smallest wins can boost our inner work life tremendously. Our brains just crave evidence of making progress. Yet most people approach their biggest goals like that old Nintendo. No save points, no level up indicators, no clear feedback loops. They run a workout program for 2 weeks, don't see abs, and they quit. They pitch 5 potential new clients, hear 5 no's, and decide sales aren't for them. They write 3 blog posts or publish 3 podcasts, get like minimal traffic, and abandon them altogether. They're playing a game with no scoreboard. Here's what elite competitors understand that average performers don't. Progress isn't linear, but it is inevitable if you track the right metrics. Professional athletes track hundreds of data points, not just the games they've won. The top sales teams measure activity metrics, not just closed deals. Great leaders measure team engagement, not just the bottom line results. The results matter, the outcomes matter, but what they're measuring are the inputs within our control. They understand the observe principle in our compete framework. You can't win a game if you don't know the rules or how points are scored. I recently worked with a sales team that was struggling with motivation and consistency. Their entire measurement system was focused on the deals closed and nothing else. We implemented this new approach of identifying what their leading indicators were, right? Calls made, meetings sent, proposals sent, and then we built this visible daily and weekly tracking board so we could celebrate the small wins publicly. What we noticed over the next 90 days is the pipeline increased and the culture was energized because not only did they see themselves winning and making progress, even in the midst of getting deals closed, but they could start to compete with each other on things 100% in their control. And here's how you can implement just the same in your life. First, you got to define the game. What are you really trying to accomplish? Career growth, better health, fitness, relationship improvement. Like, you got to know the game you want to play. Then, number 2, identify the outcome and process metrics. Outcomes are the end results, right? The revenue, the weight loss, the promotion, things that sometimes outside of our control, but the process is always up to us. It's the calls made, the workouts completed, the date nights planned. See, we got to focus on the inputs that are 100% in our control to have the best chance to influence the outcomes that we desire. Number 3, create a visible tracking system. It can be a calendar on your refrigerator. It can be a sticky note on your desk, but your progress has to be visible. So use a journal, an app, a whiteboard, you name it, but somewhere you're going to see physically every day the growth. And then 4th, celebrate the milestones. Don't just wait for the end goals. Acknowledge every time you level up along the way, right? In video games, you celebrate every time you get new armor or new skills or new powers, right? We got to do the same in life. Even if we haven't gotten all the way through the game to the final boss, we should still celebrate every time we level up and improve. And finally, number 5, take time. Review weekly. Set aside 10 to 15 minutes every week to reflect on your progress. What's working? What needs adjustment? What are you going to do differently next week? Let me give you a couple of examples, right? For your career, what if instead of just focusing on a promotion or a salary increase, you track projects completed, skills developed, relationships built within your network? On the health side, what if instead of the number on the scale, we started tracking the workouts completed, the water we drink, the quality of sleep we get every night, right? How much mobility we're doing. For relationships, we track meaningful conversations, date nights, active service or appreciation. The goal in this process isn't perfection, it's progress you can see each and every day. See, we set ourselves up for long-term success when we make progress tangible. We give ourselves those save points that my old Nintendo never did. Remember, what gets measured gets improved. What gets celebrated gets repeated. This week, choose one important goal and build a scoreboard. Track both the process and your progress. Make your growth visible, because if you can't see yourself winning, you might convince yourself that you're losing. Compete every single day by keeping score and building your confidence in how you've grown. Go win your day today, competitor. You know I'm cheering for you. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Compete Everyday podcast. To learn more, grab resources, shop the latest gear, or find out how you can bring the Compete Everyday mindset to your team, visit CompeteEveryday.com. To achieve what others want, you have to make the choices others won't. Go win your day, competitor.